And new this morning, advocating for the more than 100,000 Arizonans facing Alzheimer's disease. I just got updated numbers from the Alzheimer's Association's Desert Southwest chapter. So look at this right now. 6.9 million people 65 and up are currently living with Alzheimer's here in the U.S. And if we walk over here, 151,500 live in Arizona alone. And get this, 292,000 people. That is the number of unpaid caregivers living in our state alone. So at the Capitol, there's a new bill making its way through the legislature right now that currently has bipartisan support, with the goal of not only seeing those numbers go down, but also one day helping to find a cure for this disease that has devastated so many lives.
My passion has become my purpose.
But Deanie Vodik doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk, literally, as a volunteer for the Alzheimer's Association's Walk to End Alzheimer's.
I have family members and friends that have passed and are struggling currently.
According to the Alzheimer's Association, more than 150,000 Arizonans 65 and up are currently living with Alzheimer's disease. And at the state capitol, they're taking notice.
We want people to be aware that there's hope now. We have treatments.
Over the past few weeks, we've been watching SB 1210 make its way through the legislature. If it gets approved, SB 1210 would give $500,000 from the state's general fund next fiscal year to the Arizona Department of Health Services. From there, DHS would give that money to a nonprofit like the Alzheimer's Association to help raise awareness in rural parts of our state and underserved areas across the valley as well. And here at the Capitol, the bill is getting bipartisan support, with both Republicans and Democrats sharing deeply personal stories with how Alzheimer's has impacted their own families.
To watch all of that dim very quickly and diminish was hard.
Talking with some family members of my own, talking about the bills and stuff that we did, they read their literature and they went out and did some testing, and now they're currently on some of the medication. So it does help and it does work.
On March 19th, the House Appropriations Committee voted overwhelmingly to move the bill forward, but it wasn't unanimous. 2 Republicans, including District 10 Representative Justin Olson, voted against it. Olson telling me in an email, in part, quote, "I definitely support the great work the Alzheimer's Association is doing to raise awareness about Alzheimer's. I just think that the association should be privately funded through charitable donations rather than publicly funded with Arizona's tax dollars." So the next step here is the Rules Committee, where it is expected to move forward. One of the requirements is that the Alzheimer's Association would need to get match dollars from grants and other sources in order to get that money from the state. Another requirement is also maintaining a free 24/7 helpline for people living with Alzheimer's and their caretakers. Right now, the Alzheimer's Association has one. That number right there on your screen, it is 1-800-272-3900. And in less than a year's time, the association tells me that calls spiked 22% to that helpline. I'll continue to follow up and track this bill at the Capitol and let you know where it goes from here.
So glad you mentioned the caretakers, too. It's
Absolutely.
Really important, Nick. What a great story, great insight. And we can't change things unless we know about it, right? That's why we shine light on these things.
Empower people, give them the knowledge.
Absolutely.